Hey there. Ready to ditch those $3 an hour translation gigs and actually make some real money?
Yeah, who isn't?
Exactly. And that's why this YouTube video from Superhuman's Life caught my eye. They're all about building a great career, and this one breaks down 3 freelance translation jobs that can actually pay the bills.
I saw that one. It was pretty interesting.
It really was. And one thing that stood out to me was how they connected income to the value you offer. So basically, the more you help a client make or save money, the more you can charge. Makes sense.
Makes total sense. If you're just swapping words, yeah, you're not bringing a ton of value. But if you can help a company tap into a whole new market, that's huge.
And that leads perfectly into the first job, translating Amazon product listings.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. It's all about going global. Think about it. A company wants to sell their product in, say, Spain, but their description is in English. They need someone to translate it, sure, but also adapt it for Spanish-speaking customers.
So it's not just about the words, but also understanding the cultural context and what appeals to that specific audience.
Exactly. You're not just a translator, you're a cross-cultural marketer.
I like that. So in a way, you're almost like a consultant, helping the company craft a message that resonates with a whole new group of people.
Exactly. And the video mentioned that those jobs can pay anywhere from $25 to $45 an hour.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
But then they said that you can actually earn even more if you work with less common languages.
Right, because it's all about supply and demand. If fewer people can do a high-demand translation, well, those skills are worth more. Think of it like a specialized tool. Not everyone has it.
So even if I don't speak, say, Finnish, there's still hope for me. I just need to find my own little niche.
Exactly. And the cool thing about Amazon listings is that even within a language, you can specialize. The video even mentions marketing knowledge as a valuable asset.
So it's not just about translating what it says,
Hmm.
but how it sells the product, even in another language.
Precisely. You're not just a translator, you're a cross-cultural marketer. Understanding the target audience, their desires, what appeals to them, that's valuable.
So let's say I have a friend who started a business in, I don't know, Russia, and they want to expand to English-speaking markets. I can actually help them with that.
Absolutely. You could translate their website, their product descriptions, their marketing materials. You'd be opening up a whole new world for them.
And they'd be willing to pay me good money for that because I'm bringing them real value.
Exactly. And that brings us to the second job, the video highlights. Website and content translation. It's all about expanding a company's reach beyond their current market.
So we're talking about more than just product listings, right? This could be anything from translating an entire website to adapting blog posts for a new audience.
Precisely. Think bigger. Not just product descriptions, but entire websites, landing pages, blog posts. Anything a company uses to communicate online, you're making it accessible to a whole new audience.
And that wider audience equals more potential customers for the company. So my value as a translator goes up.
You got it. And they even gave a specific example. A Swedish to Danish, English, and Norwegian job paying $32 an hour. Those multilingual gigs can be serious gold mines.
Man, that's what I'm talking about. It's like each language you know is a key, and the more keys you have, the more doors you could unlock. And more doors means more opportunities, right?
Absolutely. And remember, even if you work with more common languages like Spanish or French, the demand is still massive, especially as more businesses go global. Okay, so shifting gears a bit here. The third job they talked about was book and script translation.
Ooh, that sounds pretty cool.
Hmm.
Like bringing stories to life for a whole new audience.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine your favorite book or that amazing TV show you just binged, but now people all over the world can experience it too, thanks to you.
That's pretty awesome when you think about it. So you're not just translating words, you're translating like emotions and cultural nuances and stuff.
Exactly. And with self-publishing becoming more and more popular, there are tons of authors out there who need help reaching a global audience.
That makes sense. Everyone wants their work to be seen by as many people as possible. So does this mean I could translate like a Japanese manga into English?
Absolutely. And the video actually mentioned that the more exotic the language, the better the pay tends to be. They specifically mentioned Mandarin, Urdu, Portuguese for Brazil, and German as high-value targets.
So if I happen to be fluent in like Swahili, I might be sitting on a gold mine.
You might be.
Yeah.
But even if you work with more common languages like Spanish or French, there's still plenty of opportunity.
That's good to know. I guess it makes sense that the more people who speak the language, the bigger the potential market for translated books and scripts.
Right. And one thing to keep in mind with book and script translation is that pricing is often per project. So obviously, a longer, more complex book will earn you more than a shorter one.
So it's kind of like taking on a bigger, more immersive project, huh? You really get to dive deep into that world the author created.
Exactly. And the video's point about exotic languages ties into something I find super fascinating: the power of specialization.
Okay, I like where this is going. You're saying instead of just being a general translator, we should get more specific.
Precisely. It's like, would you rather go to a general practitioner for a complex heart condition or a cardiologist?
Hmm, good point. I definitely want the heart specialist in that situation. But how does that apply to translation?
Well, let's say you're fluent in Spanish. That's awesome. But there are a ton of Spanish-speaking translators out there. But what if you specialized in, say, medical translations for the Latin American market?
Ah, so I become the go-to person for that specific type of work. Less competition, higher value.
Exactly. You're not just competing with every Spanish speaker on the planet. You're offering a highly specialized service that commands a premium.
This is really making me rethink my whole approach. So it's not just about the languages themselves, but the context, the industry, the type of content I'm working with.
Precisely. It's about combining your language skills with your other passions and interests.
So if someone's super into, I don't know, video games, they could specialize in game localization, bringing those worlds to life for players in other countries.
You got it. Or if someone is passionate about, say, environmental issues, they could focus on translating documents for sustainability organizations. The possibilities are endless.
My mind is officially blown. This deep dive has been amazing. We started with these specific job examples, but now I feel like I have a whole new mindset for approaching freelance translation.
That's what it's all about. Remember, it's not just about finding any translation gig. It's about finding the right job, one that aligns with your skills, your interests, and even your passions.
So let's recap for a sec. We started off talking about this YouTube video that gave us 3 solid freelance translation jobs.
Right, Amazon product listings, then translating websites and online content for a global audience.
And then book and script translation.
Yep, those are the big three. But then we kind of went deeper, talking about how focusing on a niche within those areas could make you even more valuable.
Yeah, like becoming a specialist instead of just a general translator. That really resonated with me.
It all goes back to that idea of the value you bring.
Right. The more specialized you are, the more you can charge. And honestly, the more interesting the work probably is too.
Absolutely. So instead of just being, say, a general Spanish translator.
You become the go-to expert for, like, translating legal documents.
Exactly. Or maybe for the tech industry specifically.
Ooh, that's a good one. You become indispensable, like that cardiologist we were talking about earlier.
Exactly. You're not competing with every other Spanish speaker out there. You're offering a highly specialized service. And that means you can command a premium.
Wow. I'm feeling so much more confident about all of this after going through this deep dive. It's not just about finding any translation job out there. It's about finding the right job.
For sure. One that plays to your strengths and, like you were saying, even your passions.
Exactly. One that aligns with your skills, your interests, maybe even stuff you do for fun in your free time.
And the cool thing is, the world of translation is always changing as you gain more experience.
You can really fine-tune your niche, maybe even discover new areas that you didn't even know existed before.
Exactly. And you can always keep learning and growing. It's not just a one-time decision. It's like a journey, you know?
Totally. Man, this has been an incredible deep dive. We started with some concrete job examples, but we ended up with a whole new way of thinking about freelance translation.
It's not just about what languages you know. It's about what you bring to the table. What makes you unique? What value do you offer?
I love that. So to anyone listening, if you're ready to say goodbye to those low-paying gigs,
And hello to a fulfilling career that actually pays the bills.
remember to find your passion, hone your skills, become that expert the world needs. You got this.